On the customer side, our supplier has just submitted the corrective actions and the root cause analysis. Here, obviously, we have the usual notification. We can go and see the root cause analysis and corrective action in yellow, or we can go and perform the review. We can see exactly what the supplier saw and what the supplier has uploaded for us. So we have the process step, the process flow, the statement, root cause analysis. We can see their fishbone. We can see what they took into consideration and reported. We can see their why, what they answered. We can review the entire analysis. This is the selected root cause. Here it is. The final statement. Here, obviously, I can also see the dimension variable, and I'll go check the corrective actions. What does it tell me? Review the data supplied with this control plan to define a specific control frequency. To be handled by the quality manager tomorrow with the clean point the day after tomorrow. Evidence file, they didn't attach anything, so here we can approve the corrective actions or reject the corrective actions. Which in this case, I would say, rejecting the corrective actions simply means that the supplier has to resubmit them and the part becomes editable again. In this case, let's say we approve the corrective actions. We confirm OK. Here we are. We have just approved the corrective actions. This too is no longer editable, so the fact that this is the corrective action, this is the root cause analysis, and this is the non-conformity will remain in the history. It can no longer be modified by anyone. And we can see that in the timeline they have appeared. We hadn't seen it before. We had forgotten the submission of the corrective actions and the approval of the corrective actions. And now D6 has been unlocked. In D6, the supplier will have to go and validate the solution. Let's go and see, therefore, from the supplier side, how the solution is validated. I would still like to add one thing in this module before moving over there and starting to look at this part in the lot. So starting to look at the part related to induced costs. So I go to D8, I can modify the customer side, and I go to open the cost table. These are the significant financial costs that have been directly induced by my own personal nonconformity. At the moment, there is nothing uploaded. We can upload them gradually. We don't have to upload them all at the end. We can also start uploading something as soon as we open the nonconformity. Keep in mind that every time a cost is uploaded, the supplier is notified and it is added to the timeline. So we can, for example, go ahead now and add a category managing, and we put a non-conformity management cost, which is a fixed cost, let's say, for managing the non-conformity. So all the time lost by our staff who checked the parts, managed the non-conformity, contacted the supplier, perhaps the analyses and so on. And we put an amount, let's say we load 250 euros of induced cost, we add the cost. And in this case too, we see the added cost, non-conformity management, of 250 euros. We have an edit button that is visible only to us customers. The supplier absolutely cannot make edits, and we will see shortly from the supplier side what they see. We can even delete the cost, and we can go to modify the amount in case of discussion. When I upload an induced cost, the supplier receives an email notification that informs them that an induced cost has been opened against them. I can easily export the document right here as a PDF file, which serves as the official induced cost document. It is essentially a simple NC cost report provided by the company Nexvala, specifically regarding the non-conformity case number 00001. This should provide all the necessary details you need for your records. This supplier was created today. The title of the non-conformity, the description of the non-conformity, and the costs. We have total costs of 250 euros approved by supplier 0. The status at this moment is only proposed. So now we can go and look at the supplier side, the management of the D6th, and the management of the induced cost.